Hello, everybody. I had to do this video over, talking about I would name this video called "The Old and the New." The old and the new. Um, I want to say that this. I want. Well. I named it that is because today we're living in a new, different day and age. Yeah, we're living in a new, different day and age. And because everything is so turned around now, we live in a new, this is a new generation. The world is still, this is the same world, we just have new generation. Generation comes and generation goes. You know, one generation dies out, another generation comes on the scene. You know, that's how it goes. But my reason for making this video is that I'm passionate about doing it. I love doing what I do. It's a number of reasons why that I like doing what I do on YouTube. I'm gonna have to get out there and go doing something to the yard after a while, because this is my purpose of making the video too. My rake is over there. But anyway, yeah. Nowadays, if like it used to be a time to where once upon a time, I know a lot of you all remember this, in the older generation that are still living right now. Those of you who have been here a while, you can relate to what I'm saying. A lot. I'm trying to get my thoughts together, y'all. When you were, let's say, younger, as the older people, black people, my African people, you remember the time when you stayed home, you did all the cooking and cleaning, and you worked hard, while the husband, or whatever you want to call it, fiance or whatever, went out and they worked hard. They worked all day. It wasn't no problem with the other partner staying out a long time working, because you knew he was at work. And because another thing, both parties, it wasn't no such thing as both parties, it wasn't no fighting, it wasn't really none of that too much in a marriage with the older generation that are 70, 80, probably some 90, maybe 100. Because we do have a lot of our African black people who is 100 years old, who have been around, and if they are looking at this video, or if their grandchildren are watching this video now, I'm pretty sure a lot of you all who are watching the video now, I'm pretty sure that a lot of you all's grandparents done told you all what their life was like when they was coming up, and when they was y'all age. You know what I'm talking about. You know, the younger people know what I'm talking about. You know how you sit down and have a discussion with grandma and grandpa, and they explain to you how their life was when they was coming up, and how good things was. You can, like, for instance, I'm pretty sure a lot of you all, you know, the younger generation now, I'm pretty sure a lot of you all have sat down and talked to your grandpa or grandmama, your grandmother or your grandpa or whoever, and you all told them about how years ago they used to could leave their doors open and no one would come in and try to harm them. Now, you know what I mean. It's very rare that you see stuff like this going on. People nowadays, they don't leave their doors open. But years ago, we know how it was. The grandma or grandpa would be sitting out there. You can sit out there, and you can your children can play out in the yard and stuff, and everything was safe. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? They would sit there. Grandpa would be sitting there reading the paper, and they'd just sit there, and they'd be sitting there watching the cars just pass by all day long, up and down the road, coming back and forth. Coming up right or coming up left, you know, the cars would be coming, and they would sit out there all day, and sometimes they would just leave the doors open and just walk in and out the house, and nobody wouldn't harm nobody. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure a lot of you the young generation who are watching this video right now, you know what I'm talking about. You might have had a grandparents that have sat down and talked to you and told you about how the way school was, you know. Like nowadays, you can't even spank kids in the school now. You can't whoop them. You can't do none of that. But I remember when I was like 13, 10, 11, and 12, and 13, and 14, and 9, and 6, and 7, the teacher would, you was allowed to get a spanking, you know. The parents gave the teachers permission is to do that to you, you know what I mean? And you know what, I have to say, all of that kind of stuff, it was good. It kept us from a lot of derogatory drama, I'm gonna say it that way. It kept us away. It kept us out of different systems and stuff, and having a bad name. You know what I mean? Have you ever heard people say those whoopings help? Even though a lot of time we caught whoopings a certain way, but nowadays, you know, you can't even tell. I mean, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? But it was good, is what I'm trying to say. Everything was good. The way we was brought up, it was a lot different from the way the generations now are being raised up. It's different. Everything is different, I'm telling you. Like I said, it used to be a time, like I said earlier, it used to be a time to where you can leave your door open. Nobody wouldn't come in, nobody wouldn't bother you or nothing, you know what I mean? But nowadays, you can't even, it's really, it's really by, I guess, I don't know, by the grace of God, I got the door open now, you know? But you don't see a lot of people doing that. But because of times have gotten so bad now until you can't do it. But at the end of the day, people, I love doing what I do. Hold on a minute. Let me see what's. Oh, okay. I thought I heard someone in their car leaving out. But anyway, yes, things were a lot different back then. It was a lot different from the way it is now, you know. The teachers was allowed to spank you or whoop you or whatever you want to call it. Nowadays, they can't do it now. You know, they have a law that you can't do. You know, everything is just so different now. Everything just turned around. Like back then, let me give you another example. Like the computer, the internet, like, you know what I mean, YouTube. There wasn't no such thing as YouTube. You know what I mean? If you would have mentioned YouTube to me when I was like, 10 years ago, I'd have been like, what are you talking about, you know? But anyway, everything is just so different now. They got everything more convenience. Back then, you had to, when you was doing math, you had to do it from the board. They had to write it down. But nowadays, they'll tell you, when you go to school, they'll tell you to get right there in front of the computer or whatever you got, a laptop, an iPad, and just tell you to pull it up on your computer and tell you got to get the math off the computer. Everything now is computer programmed, if I'm saying that right. You're welcome to comment below and let me know what you think of this video. You know what I mean? Everything is programmed into the computer. You go and you can type in a certain name and everything comes up. You'll get it. You know, you can go back and pull up stuff from 1990. You know, but years ago you couldn't do that. But nowadays you can get on the computer and do everything on the computer. You can go to college on your computer. You can go to school on your computer. Whatever you want to do. Anything that you want to pursue in life, you can do it on the computer. You can do it on the internet. It's just amazing now how they got all this. Everything is different. It's just so amazing to me. I mean, this technology, I mean, it amazes me sometimes. It really does. Even though I done been on YouTube for over a year and something, it just amazes me of how the way things are set up now. So, with that being said, people, I'm gonna have to get up and get out here and do something in the yard before it get too late. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening, and I will be back with more. Much love to you, my black people, and my brother Robert. This video goes out to you, and I'm shouting this video out. Since I'm saying it, I might as well just go ahead and say it since I done got off into it. I'm shouting this video out to my Shiloh church family and all of my church family, Seventh-day Adventist church family all over the globe. But you know, I'm not all the way where I should be in Christianity. I mean, in God. But I'm working every day and I'm doing the best that I possibly can, even though I still have the questions about certain things. But You all just keep me in your prayers and you pray for me, and I'll continue to do the same thing for you. For you. All right. Until then, thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. I will be back with more coming up. All right. I'm out.